says if the weather's clear, can do. This guy says the horse can do. If he says the horse can do.
Valentine is on the morning line. The guy got sleeping at 5 tonight.
But I got a bitch tap and buy a half of this here and a telegraph. It'll be alright, I bet it's alright. This is all he has
I'm paying Valentine, the month looks fine, but this jockey's run like friends of mine.
Now just a minute, boys, I got the beatbox noise and it's my grandfather last FM boys. Show's glass, now show's glass. This guy said no show's real sincere.
In Valentine, show's morning line, the guy's got sleeping at 5 tonight.
So let it epitaph and buy a half of this guy says here and a telegraph. Epitaph. I got the horse right here. Before you take another swallow. You wallow, follow, and stray no more, stray no more, stray no more, till on sinner and you pray no more, follow, follow the falls. Brothers and sisters, resist the devil and he will flee from you. That is what the Bible tells us, and that is why I am standing here in the devil's own city, on the devil's own street, prepared to do battle with the forces of evil. Hear me, you gamblers, with your dice, your cards, your horses. Pause and think before it is too late. You are in great danger. I am not speaking of the prison and the gallows, but of the greater punishment that awaits you. Repent before it is too late. Just around the corner is our little mission where you are always welcome to come and seek refuge from this jungle of sin. Come here and talk to me. Do not think of me as Sergeant Sarah Brown, but as Sarah Brown, your sister. Join me, brothers and sisters, in resisting the devil, and we can put him to flight forever. Remember, friends, it is the Save Us All mission, located at 409 West 49th Street.
Poor Miss Sarah. Wonder why she wastes all her time mixed up in that mission dodge.
She is a beautiful doll, all right, with 100% eyes.
It is too bad that such a doll wastes all her time being good. I mean, how can she make any money doing that?
Well, maybe she owns a piece of the mission.
Yeah!
Hey, V South Street!
Harry the horse, you know nicely Johnson.
Yeah, how goes it?
Nicely, thank you.
Hey, tell me, what about Nathan? Has he gotten to a place for his crap game yet?
We don't know yet.
The heat is on.
All right, well tell him I'm loaded and I'm looking for action. I just acquired 5,000 potatoes.
5,000 bucks?
Where did you acquire it?
I collected the reward on my father.
man, I wish.
Lieutenant Brannigan. Mr. Southstreet, it is Lieutenant Brannigan of the New York City Police Department.
Have you seen Nathan Detroit?
Which Nathan Detroit is that?
I mean the Nathan Detroit that's been running a crap game in this town and getting away with it by changing the spot each night.
Why are you telling us this, Your Honor?
I'm telling you this because I know you two bums work for Detroit, rustling up customers for his games.
We do.
Yeah. Well, when you see him, you can tell him from me that I know that right now he's running around trying to find a spot. Well, he ain't gonna get one because everyone knows that Brannigan is breathing down their neck.
Oh, hi, Nathan.
Oh, fellas, look, I'm having terrible trouble. Everybody's scared on account of that lousy Brannigan, and I can't.
Something wrong, Detroit?
Hello, Lieutenant. I hope you don't think I was talking about you. There are other lousy Brannigans out there.
Yeah.
Detroit, I've been talking to your colleagues. I imagine you're having some trouble finding a spot for the game.
Well, the heat is on, as you must know from the fact that you now have to live off your own salary. Oh, what does that cop want from me? What am I, a puppy killer? I merely run a crap game for the convenience of those who want a little action, in return for which I take a small cut off the top. Is that a crime? Oh, yeah.
Did you find a place?
Did you find a place for the game?
Yes, I found a place. We're gonna have the game at the Radio City Music Hall.
How are you gonna fix the ashes?
I tried all the regular spots. The back of the cigar store, the funeral parlor.
Nathan, you once said there might be a chance of the Biltmore Garage.
I went over to the Biltmore Garage. Spoke to Joey Biltmore himself. He said he might take a chance and let me use the place if I give him $1,000.
$1,000?
In cash. I won't take my marker.
So your marker's no good, huh?
What do you mean? A marker ain't just a piece of paper that says I owe you $1,000, signed Nathan Detroit. A marker's like a pledge, which a guy can't welch on it. It's like not saluting the flag. My marker is as gold as gold. Only Joey Biltmore don't think so. Why, it don't seem possible. Me without a livelihood? Well, I've been running this game since I was a juvenile delinquent.
Nathan, can't you do something?
What can I do? I'm broke. I couldn't even buy Adelaide a present today. You know what today is? Mine and Adelaide's 14th anniversary.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. We've been engaged 14 years.
Nathan, concentrate on the crap game. The town's up to here with high players. The Greeks in town. Oompa!
Randy Bottle Bates.
How you do?
Great and slim. Get him down.
I know. I can make a fortune. But where can I have the game?
The Biltmore Garage wants a grand.
Oh, we ain't got a grand on hand.
And they now got a lock on the door at the gym at Pier 84.
There's a stalking behind Klosky's bar.
But messing with Busky ain't even scout.
And things being how they are, the back of the police station is out.
So the Biltmore Garage is the spot.
But the $1,000 we ain't got. Why is good old reliable Nathan Detroit? If you're looking for action, he'll furnish the spot. Even when the heat is on, it's never too hot. Not for good old reliable Nathan, for it's always just a short walk to the oldest established permanent floating crap game in New York. There are well-heeled shooters everywhere. There are well-heeled shooters everywhere. And a whole lot of letters for the fella that can get us there. We only had a lot game. It's the oldest established permanent floating crap game in New York.
Do not worry. Nathan Detroit's crap game will float again. My boys will let you know where it is.
Okay. Say, you know who else is loaded and looked for action? Sky Masterson. Sky Masterson's in town.
Sky Masterson, and they're the highest player of all.
Higher than the Greek?
Higher than anybody. Why do you think they call him Sky? That's how high he bets. I once saw him bet $5,000 on a cockroach. And another time, he was so sick, he wouldn't take a penicillin on the account that his temperature would go to 104.
Did it?
Did it? He's so lucky. I went to 106. Good old Sky.
But Nathan, maybe you can borrow the 1,000 from Sky.
Nah, not Sky. With him, that kind of money ain't lending money. It's betting money. So what if I bet him? Why don't I bet $1,000 on something?
You would bet with Sky Masterson?
I ain't scared. I'm perfectly willing to take the risk. Providing I can come up with a bet which there's no chance of losing. He likes crazy bets, like what lump of sugar a fly will sit on, or how far you can kick a piece of cheesecake. Cheesecake, that's it! Quick! Run over to Minnie's restaurant and ask him how many pieces of cheesecake he sold yesterday and how many pieces of strudel.
How much cheesecake? How much strudel? What do you want to know for?
Just find out now, Peter. Here comes Adelaide. If she finds out I've been running the crap games, she'll never set foot on me again. Oh!
Hello, Nathan, dear.
Adelaide, pigeon.
You go ahead, girls. Order me a tuna fish on rye and a chocolate sundae with tomato ketchup and mayonnaise. Okay, Adelaide? We gotta get back to the hot blocks.
You still rehearsing?
Yeah, that slave driver, Charlie. He's been waking us all day. Finally, I says, look, Charlie, I gotta get out and get something to eat. And he says, you don't want to eat. You just want to meet that cheap bum, Nathan Detroit.
What did you tell him?
I told him, I says, I'll meet you at the airport.
Don't upset yourself. How's he cold?
It's much better, thank you. Nathan, happy anniversary!
Oh, present? For me?
I hope you like it.
A belt!
Read the card.
Sugar is sweet and so is jelly. So put this belt around your belly. That's so sweet. Listen, honey, about your present. I was gonna get you a diamond wristwatch with a gold band and 2 rubies on the side.
Nathan, you should
It's
have.
okay, I didn't. I'm sorry.
I kind of like when you forget to give me presents. It makes me feel like we're married.
Don't worry, honey. One of these days I'll be in the money and you'll have more mink than a mink.
Oh, Nathan, I can do without anything, just so you don't start running that crap game again.
Crap game, what an absurd thought!
Nathan,
Oh, here, Adelaide, come over here. You see this? Look at how fascinating it is. Look and see how
1,200 cheesecake.
1,200 cheesecake. 1,500 strudel. 1,500 strudel. More strudel than cheesecake? That's great!
Nathan, what is this?
It's nothing, honey.
Hey, any news yet?
Not yet, Harry. I'll let you know.
Okay, Detroit.
Nathan, what was that about?
His wife's having a baby.
Why is he asking you?
She's nervous. It's his first wife. Now, listen, honey. I'm expecting a fella, and I know you're hungry.
Nathan, are you trying to get rid of me?
No, I just don't want your sandwich to get soggy. Fellas, why don't you take Adelaide over to the drugstore? Listen, honey, it's across the street, and you've got a cold, and there's a lot of manholes around.
Nathan, you're so thoughtful. You're the sweetest person. Goodbye.
Hey, Sky Masterson.
Nathan, you old promoter, you.
How are you, Sky? You look good.
I feel good. Two wonderful weeks out west in Nevada. Great place, beautiful scenery, Health of the climate, why not beat them all out for 50 G's of blackjack?
50 G's? Gonna be in town long?
No, I'm leaving for Havana tomorrow.
Havana?
Yeah, there's a lot of action down there. You want to come with?
Nah, I got too many things to do. Say, in the meantime, what do you say we pop over to Minnie's for a piece of cheesecake or something? They do sell a lot of cheesecake.
No, I'm not hungry. Tell me how's Adelaide.
Oh, fine. Still dancing at the hot box.
I suppose one of these days you two might get married.
Well, we all gotta go sometime.
But Nathan, we can fight it. Guys like us, we must remember that as pleasant as a doll's company may be, she must always come second to aces back to back.
Yeah. Say, you hungry yet? What do you say we pop over to Minnie's for a piece of cheesecake strudel or something?
No, I think I'd rather get the late results.
But you will admit that Minnie's has the greatest cheesecake in the country.
I am quite partial to Mindy's cheesecake.
Wait! And yet, there are some who say they like Minnie's strudel. Offhand, which do you say he sells more of, the cheesecake or the strudel?
Well, I haven't given it much thought. But if everyone's like I am, I'd say he sells much more cheesecake than strudel.
For how much? For how much?
Well, Nathan, I never knew you to be a betting man. You always took your percentages off the top.
Well, I'm just for old time's sake. I thought I'd give you a little action. I will bet you $1,000 that yesterday Minnie sold more strudel than cheesecake.
Nathan, let me tell you a story. When I was a young man about to go out into the world, my father says to me the very valuable thing. He says like this, "Son," the old guy says, "I'm sorry that I'm not able to bankroll you to a very large start. But seeming as though I don't have any potatoes to give you, I'm now going to stake you to some very valuable advice. One of these days, out in your travels, a man's going to come up to you with a brand new deck of cards on which the seal has not yet been broken. And this man is going to bet that he can make the jack of spades pop out of the deck and squirt cider in your ear. Do not bet this man," he says, "for as sure as you stand there, you're going to end up with an ear full of cider." Now, Nathan, I don't believe you to be clocking on Mindy's cheesecake.
Oh, you don't think that I'd be doing
But if
something.
you really are looking for some action, I'll bet you that same thousand that you do not remember the color of the bow tie you have on. Well?
No bet. Plaid? What a crazy color.
Hey, Nathan, we took Adelaide to the
Don't
drugstore.
bother me.
Hi, Sky.
Hey, good. How's it with you fellas?
Nicely, thank you. Hey, Nathan, we took Adelaide over to the drugstore, and she says for you to be sure to take her out back to the hot box shop.
Yes, dear. I mean, yes.
Nathan, let his husband talk if I ever heard it. You are trapped, and in Adelaide, you have a doll that is much difficult to unload.
I don't want to unload her. I love Adelaide. Besides, a guy without a doll, well, if a guy doesn't have a doll, who will holler at him? The doll is a necessity.
Now, Nathan, I'm not putting the rap on dolls. I'm just saying the guy should have them around whenever he needs them. And they're easy to find.
Not dolls like that.
Figuring weight for age, all dolls are the same.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Then how come you ain't got one? How come you go into Havana tomorrow without one?
If I wish to take a doll to Havana, there's a large assortment available.
Not real high-class dolls.
Any doll, you name it.
Will you bet on that? Will you bet $1,000 that if I name a doll right now, you will take her with you to Havana tomorrow?
You got a doll.
Right? I name her.
Her? Cider.
Someday I'm going to take a pickaxe and rip up Broadway from end to end.
They do that every day.
You take sinners here?
Indeed we do. Sarah,
How do you do?
my name is Abernathy. Arvide Abernathy.
Sky Masters.
What's wrong?
What is the trouble?
My heart is heavy with sin. I have wasted my life in gambling and evil betting, and now I've begin to realize the terrible things that betting can lead to.
Agatha, coffee.
Didn't I see you a little while ago on Broadway?
Possibly. I'm looking up the courage to come here.
You're willing to give up gambling?
Gladly. I would never have become a gambler had I not fallen in with evil companions who were always offering me sucker bets.
Here, young man.
Thank you. It makes me feel good just talking to you people.
Try not talking to Sister Sarah. You'll be all right.
The Bible says, seek and ye shall find.
Very good. I wish we could reach more sinners like you. We're out every day trying.
Why don't you try the nighttime?
How do you mean?
Well, as a sinner myself, I happen to know the best time to find sinners is between midnight and dawn. You might even try having an all-night session with the devil.
Very good suggestion. Thank you. Coffee is so good. I don't know why it's not a sin.
Fine old gentleman. I suppose he sort of looks after you.
We look after each other.
And I suggest that, or I assume that if one of you goes someplace, the other should follow?
Yes, of course.
Of course.
Here are 2 of our pamphlets I would like you to read. They will give you a good deal of comfort.
Thank you.
And we're holding a midnight prayer meeting this Thursday, which I'm sure you will wish to attend.
Sure, Miss Sarah. I hope you don't think I'm getting out of line, but it's nice to see a pretty doll, a nice looking young lady like yourself, sacrificing yourself for the sake of others. You ever go someplace, travel or something?
I would like to go to Africa.
That's a little far. There are a lot of wonderful places just a few hours from New York by plane. You ever been in a plane?
No?
Oh, it's wonderful.
Here is another pamphlet I think you should read.
Thank you. I'm gonna need a lot of help from you. My heart is black as 2 feet down a wolf's gullet.
I'll be speaking at the Thursday prayer meeting.
I need private lessons. How about we have dinner or something?
I think not, Mr. Masterson.
Sorry, just blossoming under the warmth of your kindness. Hey, that's wrong.
What's wrong?
That's not Proverbs, that's Isaiah.
It's Proverbs.
Sorry, no peace under the wicked. Isaiah chapter 48, verse 22. Isaiah?
Isaiah.
There have been 2 things in every hotel room in the country. Sky Masterson and the Gideon Bible. I must have read the good book 10 to 12 times.
You've read the Bible 12 times.
What's wrong with the Bible? Besides, in my business, the strangest information frequently comes in handy. I once won 5 G's on a parlay. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Tell me, Mr. Masterson, why are you here?
I told you, I'm a sinner.
You're lying.
Well, lying is a sin. Look, I'm a big sinner. It's 8 to 5, and the others will follow, if you get me. You need sinners, don't you?
We're managing.
Let's be honest. This mission is laying an egg. Why don't you let me help you? I bet I can fill this place with sinners.
I don't bet.
I'll make you a proposition. When's this big meeting of yours? Thursday? I'll guarantee to fill that meeting with 12 genuine syllables. I will also guarantee that they will sit still and listen to you.
And what's my end of the bargain?
Have dinner with me.
Why do you want to have dinner with me?
I'm hungry. Here.
What's this?
Sky Masterson's marker for 12 sinners. If you don't think it's good, ask anyone in town. I owe you 12 sinners. I'll pick you up at noon tomorrow for dinner.
At noon?
It'll take us some time to get there.
To get where?
And well, my favorite restaurant.
And where is that?
El Cafe Cubana in Havana.
El Cafe Cubana, Havana?
Where do you want to eat? Howard Johnson's?
Havana?
What? It'll take us 5 hours to get there and we'll be back the same night. Oh, and the food is great.
I now realize, Mr. Gambler, when you were describing the blackness of your heart, you didn't do yourself justice.
Well, I now realize, Sister Sarah, that no matter how beautiful a sergeant is, she's still a sergeant.
Please go away.
Why don't you change your pitch, Sarge? Come to the mission, one and all, except guys. I hate guys.
I don't hate anybody.
Well, except me. I'm relieved to know that it's just me personally and not all guys in general. It's nice to know that somewhere in the world there might be a guy that might appeal to you. I wonder what this guy would be like.
He will not be a gambler.
I'm not interested in what he will not be. I'm interested in what he will be.
Don't worry, I'll know.
And you'll know at a glance by the two pair of pants. Love here, you can't dope it like that. What are you picking, a guy or a horse?
Well, I wouldn't expect a gambler to understand.
You want to know what a gambler feels about the big heart throb?
No.
Well, I'll tell you. Suddenly I'll know when my love comes along. I'll know in my heart. I'll know, and I won't ever ask, am I right? Am I wise? Am I smart? But I'll stop and I'll stare at that face. In the long years I'll know when my love comes along. When my love comes along. I'll stop by again in case you want to take a crack at the other cheek.